Hello, my name is Alessandro Bordone,
And I'm Drastansh.
and this project is called Drive Safe.
Our project aligns with the goal of innovation in infrastructure, which moves beyond physical road repairs to revolutionize how transportation systems function. By integrating AI and IoT, we aim to build a smart, resilient ecosystem where vehicles network self optimize. This approach future proofs communities, bridges digital gaps, and creates a safer environment adaptable to rapid economic and population growth.
So, when it comes to personas, our design caters to a wide spectrum of cognitive needs and experience levels. We support learners like Mark and the anxious Priya with educational coaching and calm interfaces, while empowering professionals like Lewis and Jordan with high precision, distraction free tools. We also serve busy parents like Maria, ensuring the system is versatile enough to pivot between anxiety relief, skill building, and critical real time alerts.
In our product, the AI assistant serves a dual function as both a real time copilot and an educational hub. Through voice interaction, users can self regulate behaviors by flagging specific bad habits, like speeding or missing signs, to receive corrective guidance. Beyond immediate driving support, the system offers intelligent routing for low stress practice and structured learning modules, covering defensive driving, state laws, and emergency vehicle protocols. Our goal, Drive Safe, aims to make traffic signage instantly intelligible from inside the vehicle, overcoming visibility issues caused by weather or dynamic rules. Instead of altering physical signs, our in console feature uses machine learning and the vehicle's camera to recognize signs and cross check them against local data. We translate complex regulations into simple, actionable visual or voice prompts, allowing drivers to stay eyes up and confident without distraction.
And the second half of our goal was being able to give users the ability to learn from our device, which is especially important for our personas like Mark and Priya. And this is done by being able to offer them a bunch of information on their driving habits that they can get via the AI assistant as well as just using the device to find them. And they can also use the device to take defensive driving courses and other courses, which have already been mentioned earlier. And these goals together represent our device. So, yes, thank you so much for listening in.
Thank you.
Hi there, this is the demo portion, and I will be portraying Mark, who is a driver that is learning how to drive, and he's using his device to be able to do that. So I'll go ahead and put my name in. Let's see, and I'll press start setup. I am a learner, and I will enable this. Okay, great. Let's see, so settings and customization. Education Center, Roadside Help. I'll go ahead and skip this for now for sake of time. So the task that I'm presented with is I am going to use the device to learn about my speeding habits. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I have to use the AI assistant for that. So I'll click the AI assistant and I'll write, let's see, I want to know more about my speeding. What info can you give me? Let's see. How would I describe my highway driving? Well, I am a new driver. Let's see. So I'll say I stay in the right lane because I try to do that. I've never actually gone in any other lane. Um, how do I usually react? Honestly, I occasionally hard brake because I get nervous. So I'll go ahead and click that. Let's see, one last question. How focused would you say you are on average? Laser focused because I'm still learning. So it's very scary sometimes. And let's see. Okay, so let's see. I've compared your answers with your actual sensor data. While you mentioned staying in the right lane, our sensors indicate you are consistently 10 to 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. Really? Huh. My self-assessment of occasional hard braking aligns with the 14 hard braking events. That makes sense. I knew that was going to happen. And oh, lane drifting without a signal suggests there might be room to improve sustained attention. That's very relevant. Okay, I guess let me take a look at this data. Oh, I see. Okay, so it says that I'm safe in school zones in the city for the most part, and I guess I do speed in the highway, though I guess I don't. I'm not as safe as I thought I was, so I'll definitely make sure that I take that into account. Hello, this is the portion where I talk about the changes that were made between the low fidelity prototype and the first iteration of the medium fidelity prototype. So when it comes to the first iteration, so the low fidelity prototype, we had a completely different idea of what we wanted to test during usability studies, which was flawed, and we ended up changing that. So you'll see here that we worried a lot about this is our a paper prototype that we submitted. We worried a lot about the initialization, which we actually ended up getting rid of basically entirely, because it wasn't something that we really wanted to see usability for, and also when it came to the feedback that we got from it, it wasn't very useful to be honest, and most of it was just like we don't want this. So and it was too long. So, and then something that we didn't expand on at all, which we ended up doing a lot of in the medium fidelity prototype, was worrying about the kind of like the AI chatbot screen. Um, this is something that we really should have expanded on in the low fidelity prototype. We got a lot of feedback to do so, and we weren't really able to figure out how to go about doing that in the low fidelity prototype. It does exist in the low fidelity prototype, but this changed the most. This is like the main focus of our medium fidelity prototype because that is what we wanted to get out of the usability testing. Like we found that in the usability testing, we got the most important, or more so, we got the most relevant feedback from this specific section. So we ended up basically having our entire medium fidelity prototype focus on this. And then we also got rid of um, a lot of the setting stuff. We know that wasn't very good to do that. Also, it doesn't really get we don't really get much important information from the usability study anyway, out of just asking them to do things in settings. So that's why uh, we basically go to our first iteration of our usability, or I'm sorry, of our medium fidelity prototype, which looks like this. So I'll give a quick demo. It's not super different than what we already have, to be honest, but you'll notice already that the login screen is still very long, and we got a lot of feedback to get rid of it. So we changed a lot of things. You see, it's taking me a while just to get onto this. Um, and then finally, I can go ahead and do this, and then I'll skip the tutorial for now, which we ended up keeping. So that's one thing that you'll notice is different in the demo when I show you later. Another thing that's different in the demo is that again, this is an earlier version of the medium fidelity prototype. Another thing that's different is that, for example, the AI model portion where we, for example, the task where we asked it about speeding. So I feel like I am speeding too much. Can I learn about that? Right? So at this portion, it's great that we get all this information, obviously, for the user, but we thought, or the user feedback that we got was that the graphs were not very useful, or they weren't as useful as we thought, though it was a lot of relevant information, but it felt like it was like the user felt like they were being bombarded with all this information too quickly. So we thought that it would, and also, by the way, some users said they kind of just preferred the kind of the AI summary where it just kind of gave them the information that they needed in words rather than giving them these graphs, which we weren't actually expecting. So um, those are two main differences. There are others, but those are the two main differences that I wanted to highlight with respect to the like when we're comparing the medium fidelity prototype that we have now with the medium fidelity prototype we had before the December 3rd, basically, when we got the information.